Aw, dude, what's in that bag over there? Dude, why is he being so dramatic? Dude, just open it already, for crying out loud. Man, what's in the bag? Hey guys, got another item from deep inside my roadside emergency bag. I actually removed this item from my kit a while back. We'll talk about that more later. But it's a 12-volt soldering iron that plugs into a standard cigarette lighter socket. So you can make emergency repairs to your vehicle's wiring harness while on the side of the road. There's a hard plastic cover over the tip so it won't get damaged when it's inevitably banging around in your toolbox. Mine came with two tips. There's a medium-sized chisel tip, which is installed on it now, and also a larger conical tip. This thing is basically just a regular 30-watt soldering iron. It just happens to run off of 12 volts instead of 120. Let's go ahead and plug this into a car and check it out. I'll remove the cigarette lighter from the receptacle and then plug in the soldering iron. There's a LED on the iron that lights up to let you know it's getting power. Now we just gotta let it warm up for a couple minutes before use. Might as well go ahead and have a smoke while we're waiting. But, how am I gonna light my smoke? I can't use the cigarette lighter since the soldering iron is taking up its power port now. This sucks. Unless... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see if this thing has fully warmed up yet. If it can light a cigarette, it's surely hot enough to melt solder. Excellent. Now there's tons of tutorials online if you want to learn how to solder, so that's out of scope for this video. And I'm not worried about fume extraction here. We're simulating a roadside emergency repair. Plus, the filter on my cigarette will absorb the toxins from the solder fumes. It'll be fine. There we go, that's looking good. So now we have our repair done and we can get back on the road. But you are going to want to cover that splice with some heat shrink tubing or electrical tape. Which kind of leads into why I'm pulling this guy out of my emergency kit. These irons are under 15 bucks on Amazon. I couldn't find my exact model. There's no brand name or anything on it, just a warning label. But I'll put a link to a random one in the video description. As always, shop around for a better deal before buying. So they're not too expensive, but there is quite a bit of extra additional crap you gotta bring with to be able to use the iron. First off, the cord on it is only like 6 feet long, so you're not going to be able to reach around a car and do under-hood wiring with it. It's just not long enough. To solve that, I got one of these extension cables with a regular cigarette lighter socket on one end and some battery clamps on the other. This one's also coiled so it stretches out to give you extra length. And by connecting directly to the battery, it solves the problem of not being able to use your cigarette lighter while the soldering iron is warming up. But then you also got to bring solder with, and if you run out of solder out in the field, the iron becomes pretty much useless without it. And you're going to need something to clean your tip with. Or I guess you can do the old school hawk tua onto a cigarette butt method. You gotta basically build a whole separate kit just for the soldering iron, which is actually what I'm gonna do. For now, I'm just gonna put all of this stuff into a bin, and the bin can live out in the shop here. I'm not gonna carry it around with me in my car every day, but if I do need it, it'll be a grab-and-go type of deal. I always carry electrical crimpers and an assortment of connectors in my vehicle kit anyway, so I think I'm pretty much covered for emergency electrical repairs. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos in the What's in the Bag playlist if you haven't already. See you later. Bye.